So I am about to turn right onto Garden Highway, and I don't love the fact that I'm holding my phone in my hand, but I don't really have any other way of filming. But okay, well, that's just gonna be in the way right there, maybe. But I am making this video because I want to document what's going on right now in Sacramento. As a lot of people know, there is a severe housing issue in Sacramento right now, access to housing and getting folks housed. And you can see that I'm driving along the river right here, and there are just rows and rows of tents along the river. Typically they're up on the levee right now along the side of the road. I'm on Garden Highway, and then here's the freeway on ramp, but I'm actually going to take Garden Highway a little bit further down the road. Typically a lot of the folks who live outdoors will camp alongside the actual river, but right now what's going on is the river is really high, and so folks have had to move up onto the levee, onto the embankment along the side of the road. So now we're just driving along the street, but from what I understand, further along Garden Highway, if you go down toward Arden, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to take 160. I'm going to try to get on the 160 up here. I'm not sure if there'll be access or not because of how high the water is right now, but you'll be able to see, from what I understand, that there's going to be a lot more tents. So typically the folks will camp along the river, which is not always right in sight of the road, but they've had to move because of the high levels of water, which is a good thing that the river is really high right now. From what I understand, a lot of our reservoirs in California are at, on average, like 80% capacity, which is good. That means that we are going to be, there's Discovery Park, and part of it is flooded right now. Right, so it's a good thing that we have water in our reservoirs, but it's not a good thing that it's displacing people even further from their homes and putting them up under the freeway on ramps and up alongside of the road where it could be less safe. Additional different types of hazards. And I guess, part of my point with making this video is to show the impact of housing policies and lack of access to homes on people, on Sacramentans, people who live in our community, and also to tie together the micro and the macro, right? The way that we respond to capitalism and how we do our production worldwide, and how we're responding to climate change, global warming, but climate change really, it actually has effects. And you can see how high the river is right now. My God. We can see these things happen to the most marginalized among us before they begin to also happen to other people with more privilege. So you can see perhaps more of these tents up along the side of the road right here. And then there's some folks with bikes, and they're walking, and I obviously can't assume necessarily that they're experiencing homelessness, but they might be. I see a gentleman with some extra bikes and maybe a tent in his bike trailer, and there's some more tents right here, right along the river. You can see. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on the road, so I can't really tell where I'm pointing the camera, but I think it's just important to notice that these things are happening in our community. At the very least, we can document them for our policymakers, for people who make decisions about how we address them. Yep, there are more tents, hammock, and clothing drying line. I'm going to try to turn right here on Northgate. I believe that it will probably tell me that it's flooded. At the very least, we wouldn't be able to take Southgate to the left, but I'm going to try to see about getting on 160. I do see some through traffic, so I'm thinking that that we might be able to go down 160. But anyway, I'm going to pause the video for a moment.